Even before time began, you were the one that told the ocean where to stand. You told the moon when to shine. You told the sun when to rise. You are the creator of the whole universe. We come before you with our worship tonight. We are made for your worship, Lord. Let the fruit of our lips be pleasing to you, O God. And let your glory fill this place like never before. In Jesus' mighty name we have worshipped. In Jesus' mighty name we have worshipped. Hallelujah.
Good evening, church. Can we have our seat? You're welcome to today's service, today's Bible study. How was our day? This evening, the topic of our study is taken from No More Consciousness of Sin. That's the topic for today's Bible study. No more consciousness of sin. According to Oxford Dictionary, let's define consciousness. What is consciousness? According to Oxford Dictionary, is a state of being able to use one's sense and mental power to understand what is happening. Is the state of being able to use one's sense and mental power to understand what is happening. So the word consciousness is to be aware of and have ability to respond. You are conscious of a thing when it dominates your thoughts, isn't it? Let's go to our manual. One day, a drunk man got into his automobile, started driving in the wrong direction with a party in another car. In this accident, a young 18-year-old was killed. The family of this girl sued the man and won $1.5 million in the lawsuit. Instead of taking the money, the family settled for $936. The reason was that they wanted the man to pay this sum in a specific manner. They wanted the man who had been drunk to remember what he had done. He was to write out a check in the name of the girl he had killed for $1 each week and send it to the family. You will think that a settlement of $936 would be a good idea in the light of $1.5 million. At first, paying $1 a week was easy, but after a while, this girl he had killed began to dominate his thinking. Every week he went into depression, thinking about this girl he had killed. After years of this, he finally quit making these payments. the family took him back to court and ordered him to resume making payment. In the last 6 or 7 years, he quit making payments 4 or 5 times. However, each time he was taken back to court and again made to resume making payments. The family said they were not angry anymore, but they just wanted to remind him of what he had done. If you think about it, the family is in bondage, as well as the man making the payments. Every week, they get a check that reminds them of their loss. In this sense, they can't pay their daughter. They can't put their daughter's debt behind them. A man is now suing the family. The man is now suing the family for what he calls cruel and unusual punishment. He said, this is killing him. It's destroying his life. I can never put the past behind him and go on with my life. You know, we spoke about in the beginning, we define what is consciousness. That means every time they go to this, every time this man is writing this check, he remembered that, oh, I killed someone. And meanwhile, God does not want us to live that way. Even before we commit that sin, he has already forgiven us. But they kept reminding him of whatever he has done, of the wrong he has. And at that time, this man cannot even take it anymore. I mean, you killed someone, fine. According to the law, you were taken to the court. And you were being charged to pay so amount into the family, to the family. And this check will carry this girl's name. I mean, every time he writes, he takes his pen. I don't know when he pays the money, maybe at the end of the month or in the beginning of the month. Whenever he takes his pen to write, he will remember that, this sin that I have committed, will I ever be forgiven? But God is saying that no, when it comes to God, it's in a different form. Let me give an illustration. How many of us have applied for maybe US visa, America, UK, whatever, all those visas? And in your mind, before you go, when you applied, they said, okay, come, we've seen all your stuff, come for interview. When you go there for interview, before you even go there for interview, at home you will practice like, okay, I want to go, I don't know what I'm going to meet there. You will practice. In fact, you will even think of what to wear while you are still at home. That means you are conscious of what you are going to do there. And this, meanwhile, maybe you have never been to the embassy before. I mean, literally in your mind, you see yourself in that embassy. Okay, let's now come to the person that killed someone. Fine, maybe the guy was on a high speed. Maybe there was a speed limit to where, and you know, on each road we pass, they will say this place is 40 kilometers by speed. You cannot speed more than 40 kilometers. This place is 80, this place is 120. So it depends on the road this man is driving through that day. And, you know, anything can happen. Maybe he was receiving a call and this happened. But this has happened already. How do we correct this? When it comes to God, you know, I think it was Pastor Bumi or Pastor that was telling a story of a child of a particular family that was killed. And when the family of those people came to visit the people that, you know, the child was killed. The man said, no, I've forgiven you. Don't worry, go. But deep down, you know, as human, we are going to fight it to be sincere. How many of us can even stand on this? We can't. Because except the grace of God. I mean, a child was killed. Number one, what was he thinking before the car got into that collision with, to the extent of killing somebody? Was he drunk? Because there's a lot of questions that will come into our mind. Was he drunk? Is he on drugs? Or was he driving under the influence of? Or was he lost in thoughts? But after asking all this, but this happened. The girl died. But this family refused to let him go. Family held him like in bondage. That every time you want to pay, you use the name of that girl to write the check. And at a point, he has to be paying, I think, $1 per week.